Well, a suspected drunk driver is facing a string of serious charges this morning. As we first told you about yesterday on Weekend Wake Up, Niagara Falls Police say he took off from the scene of a fatal crash. News 4's Trisha Cruz spoke with a man who was first person on scene.
John Mead is having a hard time dealing with what he saw in front of his house early Saturday morning. A Ford Explorer with 6 people inside crashed into a utility pole, then flipped over.
Heard a crash, looked out the window, called 911, got dressed, came down, noticed that there was 2 people outside the vehicle, one on the ground, one walking around.
4 people were still in the SUV.
I went around all 4 doors trying to pull them open and try to get something, to help, but I just couldn't.
Mead quickly remembered his college days when he was a first responder. He says the worst case scenario is when somebody dies. Sadly, that happened here. A male passenger died from his injuries. 2 females suffered serious injuries. Captain Salvatore Pino tells us the driver, 32-year-old Charles Jameson, left the scene.
Climbed out of the car and fled on foot. We managed to get a couple of undercover guys from our RAC division to do a surveillance on his house and his girlfriend's house.
Police eventually found him at a nearby relative's house.
I didn't know he walked away until we subdued the guy that was drunk.
Police also arrested Taylor Watts for disorderly conduct.
He was belligerent and interfered with the officer in his attempt to provide first aid to the people that were still in the car.
Emergency responders soon arrived to a crash scene that will remain etched in John Mead's head for a long time to come.
You try to be there to help people out, and you just do the best you can, and sometimes it isn't good enough.
Trisha Cruz, News 4 Wake Up.